Well, hello, 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 and welcome to my channel, Laura's Lupus. And how are you guys doing today? I just decided to pop in. Don't have anything written in stone as far as a topic, but I just wanted to pop in to see how you guys were doing. I'm doing okay today. Um, and I just wanted to just chit chat with you guys as far as what are some of the things that you're doing to stay safe and healthy. So, just wanted to talk to you guys about that. And if you have any recommendations, I'm going to give you a few of mine. And if you have any recommendations or if you feel that I forgot something, please leave it in the comment section below. But before I get into that, I want to thank you for tuning in today and for watching this video and for finding something that I have to say informative, helpful, inspiring, encouraging, that you're getting something from it. If you are not a subscriber and if this is your first time coming to my channel, please take the time to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, give me a thumbs up, and also make sure that you hit the bell so that you'll receive notifications each and every time I upload a video. I upload on a regular basis when I have something important to say or if I just want to pop in to talk to you guys. I don't have a set schedule, but whenever I do upload a new video, you will be the first one to get a notification. And so today I wanted to just talk to you about, as a lupus survivor, what are you doing to stay safe and healthy in the year of 2020? Now, hasn't this year been a very trying year? I'm so glad that it is almost over. I believe in enjoying each and every day, but at the end of 2020, I think I'm going to grab my calendar, I'm going to take it outside, and I'm going to have a 2020 calendar burning celebration. And because I want to put all this stuff as far behind me as possible to never think about it or bring it up again. I want to take the lessons that I learned in 2020 and I want to move forward with that. But as far as I'm blessed and I'm thankful and everything, but I feel like I've been tried on every side. I've been tested on every side, but I'm thankful I'm still here. I'm very blessed to still be here. And so, let's talk about ways that we're staying safe and healthy. And we need to stay safe and healthy in all aspects. I know a lot of times we think about the physical portion, but we also need to consider how to stay safe and healthy mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But today we're going to talk more about the physical part of staying healthy. And one of the suggestions that I have, and one of the ways that I try to stay physically healthy, is not going out as much. There are some people that, because of underlying health conditions, ever since this whole ordeal hit, they've stayed inside. They've been isolated to their homes. They don't go outside, and which I don't blame them, because going outside that door, it can be very scary if you have any type of an underlying medical condition. If you have lupus, it can be very scary going out in public. And so I don't go out as much. I'm not homebound, but I don't go out as much. And so one of the things that I do is to avoid exposure. Because I think the more you go outside, the more you go out in public, the more you're out in crowds, the more chances you increase of getting exposed to the disease. And so what I do, I found a way at first during the beginning of this ordeal is to get my grocery shopping down to once a week. And now I've gotten it down where I go out every 2 weeks. I don't want to be running out into the stores, every couple of days to go shopping. So I make my list and I go out, I get what I need, enough for 2 weeks, excuse me, and then I come on back home. Um, um, I have a really kind of a scary story, but then it's kind of a funny story as well. The stores now have designated hours where the first hour is reserved for the elderly and those with underlying medical conditions, in which it can make them, in which they don't want to risk exposure, by being in big crowds. And I love it. You have to get up with the roosters to make it to that time frame. And it's usually the first hour, 7:30 to 8:30 designated. Um, and so I try to get up and go to the stores, get in, get what I need for 2 weeks, and then get back home. But there's one particular time that there's something I really needed. And, it was about 3 o'clock in the evening, and it was on a Friday. And I really didn't want to go in the store. I had never, since this has been going on, I had never went into the store this late, but I needed this item. And so I pulled up in the parking lot, and at first I tried to talk myself out of it. And I was like, it's just one thing, run in, get it. It can't be that bad. But when I pulled up 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. on a Friday, the parking lot was packed. So I took in, I put on my mask, and I put gloves on my hands, and I slowly made my way up to the doors of the store. When I got inside, it was a complete madhouse. So I will never ever make this mistake again. I walked in, it was jam packed. People were not, people were not practicing social distancing at all. They were not staying 6 feet away from each other. And so the item that I needed was in the back of the store. So I, like did a quick pace all the way to the back of the store. And I was just going to grab the item, go through the self checkout, and get out as quickly as I could. Well, just as I was reaching to get the item, there was a hand that reached over my shoulder, and it was a guy reached over my shoulder. I guess he needed the item too, and he couldn't wait patiently for me to get out of the way. He got his item, put it in his cart, and he moved on. And I'm like, now this never happens when you go to the store between 7:30 and 8:30. Everybody's polite, they're wearing their mask, everybody's practicing social distancing to the best of their ability, and it's just nice and it's peaceful. Well, it was a madhouse at 3 p.m. on Friday. And so um it's like, okay, first of all, you're not practicing good etiquette, because if you're going to reach over someone, you should at least say, excuse me. Or good etiquette would be, waiting patiently, waiting for your turn, waiting for me to move out of the way. And then you come over and you get your item and you move on. And then he was not to reach over me. He was very close to me. He was closer than 6 feet. And so, I hurry up and I got out of the store, and, that worried me a little bit, because there was this strange person that I didn't know, even though he had on a mask and I had on mine. It still was scary for someone to come that close to you. And you worry, if this person had something. You think about all kinds of things. Your mind starts to ruminate about when you're in that close contact with a person that you don't know, when you're in crowded conditions like that. And it was just, uh, like I said, I promise never to do it again. So my first point, my first suggestion as far as staying safe and healthy, number one, don't go out in crowds. And the nice thing about with this whole ordeal, that it has enabled the stores not only to offer certain hours for um, people with underlying conditions, but also for curbside pickup or delivery of your groceries. So you never really, if you choose not to, you never have to set foot in a store. You can have your groceries delivered, or you can call them, go on the app, order it, pay for it, and it's no contact. The representative brings your groceries out to the car, a designated parking area at a designated time. You pop the trunk, or they put it in the back seat for you, and you never have to come in contact with anyone. And so also, pharmacies such as CVS and Rite Aid, you can drive up to the drive up window where you drop off your prescription and you pick them up. You can also ask for certain items there. Let's say you're running short on toilet paper and you don't want to get out and go in the store for one item. You can buy the toilet paper at the drive up window. So that's a good thing. Number two on my list is to make sure that I take all of my medications, that have been prescribed for me for my lupus condition and any other conditions that I have, to make sure to take those faithfully. This is not the time to really stop taking your medications. These medications help to keep things running as close to normal in your body. And so skipping these medications, I think, would be a disservice to you and everything. So make sure to take your medications. Um, oh, what's another thing that I would suggest as far as staying safe and healthy? Like I said, make sure to leave your suggestions as well. If I forget something, leave it in the comment section below. Because you never know who in this community that you're helping and everything. I love tips, tips to help make my life better, safer, easier, um, where I work smarter instead of harder. So, these tips are very helpful. My next tip would be to make sure that you get plenty of rest. Rest is really good for the immune system. Um, they recommend that we get 6 to 8 hours of rest. I take naps throughout the day. I lay down throughout the day. Even if I'm not tired, I'm resting my body, because getting sleep and rest, it rejuvenates every cell in your body. It rejuvenates the body, and also it helps keep the immune system strong. And that's something that we need in order to stay safe and healthy during times like this. We need to make sure that our immune system is functioning in tip-top shape. And so making sure that it's strong, because it's our first line of defense. And it protects us from any type of viruses, germs, sicknesses, disease, and everything. It's our first line of protection from those things. So we got to make sure that we keep it in tip-top shape. The next suggestion that I would make is staying hydrated, by drinking plenty of water. I know a lot of people don't like drinking plain water, but you can add flavoring to it. There are flavored waters. Um, you can also get your water requirement from drinking different teas. Stay away from the sodas. And then also drink like plenty of juices. Orange juice is my best friend. That's my number one juice to drink, is orange juice. And so, staying away from the sodas and everything. That's very hard on your system, and it's very hard on your kidneys as well. Um, because when you're dehydrated, your immune system is not working at its best. And we don't drink water just when we feel thirsty, because sometimes by the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated and you don't even know it. And you can look it up on the internet. There are different signs and symptoms of dehydration that, a lot of people don't even know they're dehydrated, but they're having the signs and the symptoms, and they're not very serious. They're very subtle, such as very dry lips, dry skin, feeling tired, lack of energy. Those are signs of dehydration. Also, muscle aches sometimes. That's when you're getting into the serious side of it. But anyway, staying hydrated. What's another tip that I would suggest? I would suggest eating right. Changing your eating habits. For me, with lupus, it was a struggle for me to make some lifestyle adjustments with my eating habits. And I haven't arrived, daily. I have to practice it daily, but staying away from the fast foods. Making sure that you incorporate, you know, um, fruits and vegetables in your diet. Like right now, I'm doubling up on my fruits and vegetables. And, I haven't completely cut out fast food out of my diet, but I may have it once a week. But it's not like, every day or every other day eating fast foods. I do incorporate a lot of fish and chicken and turkey. I stay away from so much red meat. I still eat it, but not as often. Also, as far as the recommendation for drinking water, is 6 to 8 glasses per day. I don't know if I said that, and that can be hard, but that's the recommendation. Um, get enough sleep. Oh, adding vitamin supplements to your daily routine. So in addition to taking your medicines and eating right, taking vitamins. And the main vitamins, just, the ones that's been around, tested, tried, and true for years, are vitamins like your vitamin B, vitamin C. That's very important. Vitamin C is a big immune builder. Um, Vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, zinc, your potassium, your iron, folic acid. I can't think of anything else right now, but those are the main ones. Now, since I have lupus and my immune system is already revved up, it already overreacts. It can go from 0 to 60 in no time, which causes me to have a flare. I stay away from supplements, herbal supplements that says that it can boost my immune system. I don't need my immune system to go into overdrive, so I don't take things like echinacea. If you can take echinacea, that's fine, but for me, I don't need my immune system revved up, so I stay away from herbal supplements that say that they can boost up my immune system. Um, Another thing that we need to do in order to stay safe and healthy, and I'm going off the top of my head. I don't have anything written down. So, like I said, if I forget something, put your suggestions down in the comment section. Is moving your body. These bodies were not meant to be sedentary. And so moving your body, and during the summertime, it was easy to go out and go for a bike ride if that's your thing. If you walk, if you run, whatever, to get outside and be in the fresh air and also get the benefits of moving your body. But now with the cold weather setting in, and we had our first snow today, and with the gyms and everything being closed up again, it's kind of hard to get out and exercise. So you have to improvise, which means that, if you can walk in place in your house or get an exercise video and work out to that, or just go on YouTube and type in, exercise, and you get a whole host of different ways that you can exercise, from yoga to, um, walking, running, stretching, um, you know, uh, what is that? Zumba, different things like that. Chair Zumba, if you're not able to stand up and do it. I mean, it's just a host of different things for every fitness level you can find on YouTube. Um, and let's see, I think I got one more that I want to suggest, and as we're talking about this, I know I'm going more into the physical health and safety of our bodies, but, we have to remember that we also have to keep our mind healthy. So that's the mental, as well as the physical, excuse me, the emotional and the spiritual. And I'm not going to cover those areas, not today. Maybe I'll pop in and we'll talk about that on another date. But another aspect of keeping ourselves healthy, and that is detoxing. Detoxing. And when I say detoxing, I'm not talking about like a fasting or drinking something to detox the body, which that's good too, but you have to be careful with the ingredients in that if you have lupus, because you don't want to drink something that could have an adverse reaction with your medications that you're on. So always, before doing any type of detox or anything like that, consult your physician. And I'm not a doctor. These are just tips that I use every day that I thought would be helpful in order to stay safe and healthy during this ordeal. Um, and that's detoxing from people, detoxing from toxic people, negative people in our lives. One thing that this ordeal has taught us, and that is, isolation is not fun, but we have to take the lessons from it and we have to move forward. And sometimes moving forward and taking the lessons and applying the lesson, which is wisdom, means that you have to cut the cord and let some people go. If somebody's bringing you a lot of problems, if they're being negative and pessimistic all the time, um, and bringing you down, you don't enjoy their company, you don't enjoy, excuse me, you don't enjoy being around them anymore. They're just not good for you, good for your life, good for what you're trying to do in your life. Then you have to let them go. Doesn't mean that you hate them. It doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore. Doesn't mean that you can't have any contact with them, but you have to minimize your contact because you don't need a bunch of negativity during this time. We need to be as positive as possible. And we don't need any issues and problems and drama in our lives and everything being brought to us. I mean, because 2020 has been trying enough. We've been tried on every side. Our faith has been tried. Our courage has been tried. We've been going through so much and everything that we don't need the extra problems brought in our lives by somebody else. So cut off the people that are toxic. Gather the people around you, your family, your friends, people that love you for you, people that are genuine, people that have your best interests at heart, and people that are positive, that can keep you encouraged during this time. Because some people are going through this alone. Some people are at home alone going through this ordeal. I mean, it's nice if you're living in the house with someone and you have someone to go through it with you, because the Bible does say that two heads are better than one, because when one falls, the other person can lift them up. But some, excuse me, some people are going through this completely alone, and they don't need the extra drama being brought into their lives, because now with our electronics, our phone, our computer, our tablets, even if you're alone, drama can still make its way into your home through your electronics and everything. But I thank God I'm not, I thank God for my telephone, my tablet, my computer, because I can stay in contact with the people that I love. I still can stay in contact with family and friends. I can still FaceTime. You don't have to be completely isolated and alone. You may be alone physically, but you don't have to be completely alone, because you still have ways of connecting to the outside world, social media, you know. So, you know, um, these are just some tips, just to help keep you safe and healthy as far as the physical part of it. But remember, staying safe and healthy, again, it involves the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, in order to be well-rounded and on a healthy tip in all areas of your life. So I think that's it that I have for today. I didn't want this video to be too long, so I'm doing pretty good. I'm keeping it under, going to try to keep it under 25 minutes. I'm at 22:38 right now, so that's not too bad. But anyway, I just want to thank you all for allowing me to pop in and talk to you and find something that I have to say interesting. Like I said, I hope that these tips will be helpful, just recommendations. These are tips that I'm trying myself. Also, if you have any recommendations as far as videos that you want to see made for this channel, topics that you want me to discuss pertaining to lupus, please leave it in the comment sections below. If you have any questions that I can answer, if I can't answer it, I tell you what, I'll go and research it and bring you the best information available. If it's something that I've had experience with, I will make a video and talk about it. So I'm open to suggestions. Let me know. And, because this year has been so trying, I thought about it when 2020 is over, and I can't wait for it to be over. And I'm staying hopeful and faithful that things will be better in 2021. The first thing that I'm going to do in 2021 is to take my calendar, take it outside, and burn my 2020 calendar. I'm going to have a 2020 calendar burning celebration. And I want to put all this stuff behind me. Um, it hasn't been all unpleasant. It's been scary. It's had its problems. It's had its good days. It's had its bad days. I'm blessed. I'm still here. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm grateful. But there's a lot of stuff that I want to put behind me. I don't ever, in my lifetime, and I've never experienced anything like this, and I don't ever want to experience anything like this again. But I'm thankful to still be here and to be making it through and looking forward to 2021. But I am going to burn my calendar for real. And what I am going to do in order to stay safe and healthy is to remain hopeful, to keep my faith alive, and then look forward to coming out on the other side where there's a sense of normalcy, and all the people that I haven't been able to be with and break bread with and do things with. I look forward to doing that. And also, I look forward to taking the lessons that I learned in 2020 and applying them to my life for the rest of my life and throughout the year in 2021, because it would be very sad to go through all of this and then get into 2021, forget everything, the inner work that we've done, forget the lessons that we've learned, and go back to business as usual, because how's that going to work out for you? Something to think about. But anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I'll be talking to you soon. Remember, there is life after lupus. Take care until we meet again. Bye for now.